What's up, folks? We're back. Last episode of this glorious week, pre-Black Friday, Cyber Monday again. Wishing you all the absolute best of luck with your upcoming big weekend. And also wishing ourselves the best of luck as well. So we got one more episode for you this week, episode number 172. And this one, we're talking about making money versus becoming the money. Literally, you need to turn yourself into some US dollars. That's the topic of this episode.
Swiss francs if you want to be a real currency.
Yeah, Swiss francs if you don't want inflation. Yeah. So, kind of a weird title. That's not exactly... We're not obviously talking about becoming a US dollar. But there is something we want to talk about here. Obviously, if you're in business, if you're listening to this, you're obviously someone involved in business. And I think pretty much everyone is involved in business to make money. Maybe they have other things they like to do. They have a passion project that they like to work on. But ultimately, if you're a business owner, the entire point of business is to make money. And that is... that's just kind of how it goes. And as such, that's kind of what most people spend their time and focus on. They spend their time and focus on making money. At the same time, though, there's also another side of it, which is becoming the type of person who makes money. And this applies to like pretty much everything in life, not just making money. We're talking about it in terms of making money because that's kind of what we do with the e-com dispensary and the business. It's kind of our focus. But this applies to way more than just making money. The concept is essentially like when you are the type of person who gets or has whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you want kind of comes to you effortlessly because kind of like that meme, you are that guy, pal. You are that guy. Do you get that one? Is that a little American for you? Do you know that meme?
I do.
You do? Wow. You're becoming more cultured by the day, man. I'm impressed.
I'm in sort of fighting, martial arts, Instagram pages. I get that meme a lot, yeah. You're not that guy, yeah.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You're definitely not, Schmitty.
You're definitely not. Well, I was about to say a bad word.
We've got some buddies that are.
I was about to say a bad word there. We're gonna keep it PG here for the e-com dispensary. But yeah, back to the topic. I think it's really important to not just focus on making money. Making money. It's obviously important. Like that's why you're in business. But I think it's important to split your time and your energy and your focus between doing things that directly generate revenue in your business and then things that kind of further develop you into the type of person that you want to be, the type of person who over the long term is kind of by default going to get whatever it is that you want. So the first part of that, like just focusing on making money, I think is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically just focusing on, revenue generating activities. Another word for that is high ROI activities, which are going to be things like running ads, launching offers, getting traffic to whatever it is that you're doing. The things that we kind of talk about on a pretty regular basis here on the e-com dispensary.
Thinking, offers, angles, improving everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Not really self-explanatory at all. It's a pretty big, important concept.
Yeah. I mean, the high ROI things are going to be like putting offers out into the world and getting traffic to those offers. Pretty much everything that falls under this, generating revenue activity, that's really what it comes down to. At least for our business model and pretty much all similar business models. The other side of it, though, becoming that type of person, becoming that guy or that gal, it's a bit less straightforward, but I think is equally as, maybe even more important. So I think you got to start off by asking yourself, if you want to become the type of person who already has whatever it is that you want, what do you do? What do you do to become that type of person? And this is a very long-term thing. This is not like something that you do today and, just okay, I did it and now I'm done. These are things that you do every day. Things like kind of habits, things that you practice on a daily basis to get closer to, that kind of ideal version of who you want to be. I think in business, some of the biggest things there are just reading and learning and studying. That's a huge part of it. That's something that I've honestly this year not been great about. I haven't read that many books. I haven't been taking a lot of time to intentionally study, and I've gotten better about that over the past few weeks. I think we talked about that in a previous episode. I've been making it a point to read at least an hour a day, and I think that's a really important thing because you can, kind of lose your sharpness when you're not doing that. So I think that's really important. Spend time obviously working on your business, but you also should be dedicating, I'd say, at least an hour a day to learning new things about your business model, about your industry, the things that we're reading, stuff about direct response marketing, about human psychology, about e-commerce more specifically,
management, psychology.
Yeah, business, just general kind of business stuff, finance, investing, all that kind of thing. I think that's like, for business, like that's kind of the main thing.
I think there's also an aspect of being around, whether digitally or in person or both, being around people who run businesses, being around the type of person you want to become is pretty huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think also socially, being strong socially is massive.
Absolutely.
Like if you're an absolute massive nerd,
yeah,
who stumbles over his words and can't speak clearly, can't orate well, you're not going to be great at managing a team when the time comes.
Yeah.
So I think, depending again where you're starting from, if you're the proverbial Florida frat boy who's been partying 6 years straight, still hasn't graduated, you probably don't need to work much socially. You're probably pretty good talking to people. But on the flip side, if you're an e-com nerd that skipped college to sit in your basement and run dropshipping ads, you have no friends because you keep your circle small. You might need to get out your shell a little bit and become stronger socially. And I think that will help you as well, managing a team. It's just one of those things. You can't be a leader if you're inept socially.
Yeah, you gotta be an effective communicator.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what that comes down to, and I think it's especially important with online stuff because that's not like super directly like something that you do all the time. You know, you could just stay in your house all the time and barely talk to people. You know, you message them on Slack or Skype or WhatsApp, whatever, and you know, not really going out and talking to people and like working on your communication skills. And I mean, I've even found that about myself. Like I've found that over the past few years, just doing online work. Like I've been talking to way less people than I did when I was in college. And I've kind of been trying to make it a point to just go and do, you know, more social activities and just like talk to new people. It's not always the most fun, I'll be honest. Like I'm not the kind of person who's like always out there trying to talk to literally everyone. But I think it's kind of good to force yourself to do that because, I mean, one, you never really know who you're going to meet. Like you could meet someone that could have some sort of skill set or connections or something that could like really, really be a net positive for you. But I think it's also just good to just kind of work on that skill of meeting people and, you know, just working on your social skills in general. Another thing I think that goes along with that too is not only just meeting new people, but like actually maintaining and building your relationships with the existing people that you already know. I don't think that that's something that people really think about doing a whole lot. And it kind of just, you know, if you're a somewhat social person, that kind of just happens naturally, hopefully. But I think it's good to just, you know, check in on people that you haven't talked to in a while, see what they're up to, actually like take a genuine interest in their life. That's generally a good thing to do. In terms of like who you should surround yourself with and stuff, like the best thing is always going to be someone who is already where you want to be. And if you can find someone like that and build some sort of like a friendship or like a mentorship type relationship with them, that can be so incredibly valuable. And it's honestly something that like I'm kind of looking for now. I had some, you know, types of those relationships. Honestly, like that was kind of how our friendship started out. Like you were teaching me stuff and it was kind of like that. You were showing me some of the ropes and stuff. But like getting from where we're at now to the next level, like I don't really have a whole lot of friends who are at that next level of where we want to be. And I think, you know, meeting people like that would be really, really good for us.
Yeah. I also think you want to sort of write out or think about and then probably write out who you want to be in the future. Like what are the skill sets that you have? What type of person are you? What do you do? What do you spend your time on? I did that a year or two ago and I'm working towards all of that.
Yeah.
Languages I want to speak, skills I want to have, business or non-business, surfing, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Physical shape, just all sort of life stuff. And again, a lot of that stuff's not directly business related, but is there a decent chance that the fact I'm going to speak 2, 3, 4 languages semi-fluently, is that going to pay off in business someday? Maybe. Maybe not.
It just might. It just might. It definitely will socially if you're traveling a lot.
Definitely going to help with Latinas.
With the Latinas, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else? I think just like, generally speaking, doing things that are just difficult is probably a good thing because that just kind of develops you as a person. Hitting the gym super hard, you know, Scotty's super into jiu-jitsu. That's a tough thing, like a fight sport. And even like just not even stuff that it doesn't even have to be like super hardo, like masculine shit. It can just be like doing things that you haven't done before that you suck at and trying to get better at them. Like for me this week, we're here surfing. I've really never surfed. I surfed like once when I was 12, and it's not been easy. It's not been easy. I'm getting bruised up. I'm getting battered up out there. But it's tough, and I think it's it's good to do these things that you're not good at and just kind of start from scratch with something that is going to be tough and just work to get better at it and kind of just develop that skill set. Or I don't even know if it's a skill set, but just kind of like that attitude towards new things where you don't give up when things are hard.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, the first time that we got out there on the surfboard, like first few waves, like I wanted to give up, dude. I was like, this sucks.
You were looking pretty miserable.
The hangover might have contributed to that as well.
Yeah, it sucks when you think you're athletic and gonna be good at everything from day one.
Dude, come on, you got to give me some credit on that. I was getting up, I was getting some, I was shredding a little bit. Come on.
Yeah.
Put some respect on it. Respect on it.
So in the following the mantra of doing hard shit, I think we should have another boxing match today.
Yeah.
So that's definitely gonna be hard shit for you.
That would be hard shit for me.
That'd be very hard shit.
I'm gonna be puking after round 2.
Our employee was requesting a boxing match, so
Josh.
yeah.
If he's requesting it, I think he's got to be the one that steps in the ring.
He actually boxes though.
Yeah. You a little scared? He looks pretty jacked.
He's losing weight though.
Yeah.
He's a skinny boy now.
No, he's getting small. Well, those are kind of the main things, like studying and learning and reading about business, and just like that, you can take that a step deeper too. And that's an episode that we made a few months ago, is like kind of becoming a student of the game and just like spending your free time studying your competitors, seeing what is working in your industry, seeing what's working in other industries, studying old sales material, advertising material, just doing all these things that are going to make you a better business person, a better marketer, better at managing people, et cetera, et cetera. All those kind of directly business related things. I think that's kind of the main thing in terms of the context that we're talking about this in, making money versus becoming the money. But then also you have all these other things, doing hard stuff, doing new activities that you suck at, and just like sticking with them until you are somewhat decent at them. Work on your social skills, going out and meeting people, not just sitting in the basement on your laptop all the time. And then ideally finding someone who's where you want to be and forming a relationship with them, and figure out ways that you can provide value to them so that they will want to provide value to you. And I think those are kind of the main things besides just like revenue generating activities.
I think traveling to be around people who are exceptional in one way or another, whether socially or business or in a sport or in a hobby, I think that's generally going to pay off long term.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say traveling is good just for the aspect of meeting people from different places that have different perspectives than you. I love that aspect of it, dude. Like we're having people over that are from Denmark and from wherever the heck they're from.
Dutchland.
Yeah.
Denmark and Dutchland.
Just like talking to them and hearing their perspectives and the way that things work in their country, like it's really cool. It's really cool, and I think that it's like especially if you're American, I think that's a really good thing to do, because being an American, it's very easy to just think that everyone else is kind of like that, when most people from other places are not like Americans.
No, y'all are weird as fuck.
Yeah.
It's good to meet some international peeps, as we call them.
It is. It's nice. Shout out to homie Mets. That dude was cool. So I think that's about it. You got anything else to add here on making the money versus becoming the money?
All good.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, folks, that has been Knowledge Drop number 42. We hope you guys enjoyed. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is coming up this weekend.
Let's shred, brah.
Let's hope it's a good one. Folks. We're
Schmitty's paddling out to the big waves today.
Yeah?
Doing some hard shit.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna break my freaking knee. But yeah, guys. As always, if you guys have any topics or questions or anything that you want us to address on some of these episodes, drop it in the Telegram. We can certainly do that. I think a couple of the episodes this week were directly from you guys, so we always appreciate the input. And yeah, have a great week. Kill it. Best of luck. Happy Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and happy like ecom heaven time. Maybe not the best way to say it, but this time of year, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Also, happy Thanksgiving to all the Americanos out there. Have a great week, guys. We'll talk to you guys next week.